Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie, and Santa brought us something special this year.
Well, we're feeling very fortunate because we were surprised at the liquor store today to find a bottle of Stagg Jr Batch 17, very likely the last batch ever to carry the Junior name. The rumors are that the next batch, batch 18 of Stagg Jr, will just be Stagg. So,
who knows?
Who knows? Don't know why, don't really care. As long as the juice is good, we like the bourbons. So before batch 15, we've never tried any Stagg Jr before, and now we've had the last three batches, 15, 16, and 17.
And I've loved every sip of it.
It's one of two releases now that I look forward to more than any other. It's Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, 3 times a year, and Stagg Jr, or maybe now Stagg, which comes out twice a year. This is the fall 2021 release, and they've now been 3 straight where they have dropped in proof. 131.1 for batch 15, 130.9 for batch 16, and now 128.7 for batch 17.
Still pretty proofy.
Pretty proofy. Earlier this year when we tried batch 15 and 16 side by side, we both agreed that we liked batch 16 just a little bit better. It was richer, deeper, sweeter flavors. Even though we thought 15 might be more well balanced, it also drank a little bit hotter. And so we agreed that if we had to absolutely choose between our 2 favorite children, we were going with batch 16. Well, today we're gonna try 17. We're gonna give you a quick tasting and review of it, and then we are going to compare it to 16 to see what's changed. We opened this, poured it, we've been letting it sit here, and as we've been milling around and while we were pouring it, we can smell it. There's so much rich aroma in the house right now from these glasses. I just can't wait.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's get to the nose. And of course it's beautiful. It's always beautiful.
It's true, that color, like it.
Good grief. Could it smell richer? It's a lot of the same things that you normally find. Vanilla, sugar, brown sugar, lots of oak, tons of oak actually on this. I do think previously we've said things from like blackberry to cherry to even raspberries we've found on Stagg Jr. Today I'm getting mostly grape.
You're right, there is like a fruitiness that comes across in this nose. It took me a little bit to kind of get any flavors on it. It just kind of smelled wonderful. But you're right, there is maybe like you're like a grape.
Yeah.
A grapeness to it.
It almost smells like a candy forest from a fairy tale.
Oh, little Alice in Wonderland?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, perfect.
Perfect. Cheers.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Wow. The oak is just so wonderful. My eyes are watering a little bit because it's my first sip of the day and it's pretty proofy. But
there's so much oak.
The oak is like, it's like they soaked it in brown sugar and vanilla, and then there's some cherry that like they've pulled out of the oak, but the oak is still just there and happy.
Wow.
Sorry.
You're as excited as I am. I'm just sitting here enjoying a Kentucky Bear Hug. Wow. This is stunningly flavorful. It has so much going on and absolutely tons of cherry, but I feel like the grape is coming along for the ride here. I do get grape on a lot of Buffalo Trace products, not always on Stagg Jr. It's still a little bit spicy, and I'm actually getting like a rye dance, like a tingle on my tongue and on the roof of my mouth.
Yep. That's funny, is when you said that, I was like, oh, he's right. Like,
it's almost like pop rocks.
It is pop rocking, and it does hit the roof of your mouth, so it's almost like fireworks going back and forth. Is it a celebration?
Agree. This is a celebration. It is fireworks. I took a much smaller sip that time. Vanilla, sort of a creamy vanilla, almost like a buttercream or something like that. It coats so well. This is the linger here, the finish. It's never going to go away.
No, the finish is wonderful. I mean, I love the oakiness of this. Seriously, every time I like breathe in and out, I feel like I'm in the Rick house. Like there's just something about that, I guess, smell, but like sensory overload there.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, and it's a tiny, tiny bit musty, that oak, which I think with that and the grape note, they're enhancing one another. Yeah, that oak, I think the oak is the star here. I think
I would agree.
The fruitiness is fantastic. There's the spiciness to balance out the sweetness, deep, rich flavors. You know what I'm not getting a ton of here that I usually experience a lot of is caramel. And I think that even the dark brown sugar presenting more like a char or even a smoke here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in love with this. I love an oaky whiskey. This is blowing me away.
I agree. I didn't even think about the flavor note caramel on this one. I was literally thinking dark brown sugar, oak, vanilla.
Love it.
Yeah.
I think that we need to bring in batch 16 now. Let's check out the nose here.
They are quite different, actually.
I remember when we did this with batches 15 and 16, and 15 was brighter and we thought more balanced, but 16 brought more darkness and sweetness.
Yeah.
I think that that holds true. I think 16 still smells sweeter, but 16 smells even brighter than 17. I think they just keep getting darker and darker and richer flavors here.
So what's interesting about the nose on 17 now, after I've smelled 16, is that the nose smells like you just have a ton of blackberries that are just like stomped on and mushed up, like kind of like through a wine press or something like that, that they're all kind of modeled together. It's interesting. There's some dark fruits in there.
So juicy though, you're absolutely
very
right.
Very juicy. Well, should we try 16?
Let's try 16.
I'm gonna cheers you.
All right.
Cheers.
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Chocolate and caramel, boatloads of it. That's a very unique, different flavor profile from 17.
It's oaky in its own right, but you're right, it's very chocolatey. It's almost like melted chocolate has formed a little river going right down your throat.
What an elegant thought. 16, the difference here, chocolate, caramel, vanilla, little cherry, some more gentle oak, not nearly as intense. And then batch 17, tons of fruit, dark char, smokier, and intense oak. They are different enough that they provide a totally different level of satisfaction depending on what you're looking for.
Yeah, and 16 has a lot more vanilla now in it than glass 17. Would you agree? 17 is really interesting. It feels almost like the holidays with its like dark candied fruit and the oakiness. I hate to always be like, I like this one better, I like this one better, because they're all amazing, but I really do like glass 17. There's something about those deep flavors that are just perfect for this time of year.
Yeah, batch 17 is spicier too, so you're getting what I think is a little ginger, clove probably more than anything else. And I'm not always crazy about spicy whiskeys. Maybe it's this time of year, but I'm with you.
Right.
There's an intensity to batch 17.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great.
What I always hope is that each one gets a little bit better, or at least differentiates itself from the previous batch. And I think they've succeeded. I mean, even from 15 to 16, we noted how different that was.
Totally.
And 16 to 17, completely different. But I really am enjoying batch 17.
I'm trying to figure out how they got fireworks in there.
Because I did like that.
It's wild. Like I've still got the dance on my palate happening from this batch 17. There is something really special about this bottle. I think that if this is indeed the last ever batch of Stagg Jr that carries that junior moniker, for what we've tasted, it seems like they saved the best for last.
Well, I'm not disappointed. And I'll be honest, whenever you're like really excited, and I had no idea we were going to get this.
Me neither.
You just want it to be good, and it did not disappoint.
Well, for a bottle that we purchased here for $49.95 with no sales tax, I just can't find anything to fault this bottle with, and it's absolutely fantastic. So let us know, 15, 16, 17, have you tried them? What's your favorite? What is your overall favorite if you had one that's before batch 15? Let us know. If you're not following us on Instagram, you should be at The Bourbon Van. Join us on Patreon for as little as $3 a month, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. Beautiful.